We kick off this video by building the kitchen sink drain. I decided to use an existing L bracket to secure the wall connector because I had to be creative in finding the least amount of pieces that would provide us with the standard female connector for the kitchen drains. It's not pretty, but it still works. I also prepared the pieces that will be connected to the gray water tank. My space is very limited there, and I was being as careful as possible not to strip any fittings. I think the hardest part is being able to work with welded connections, different twisted fittings and materials, and still be sure that they will all be able to withstand vibration, huge temperature variation, and none of them will ever leak. On the funny side though, every time I have to apply a drainage angle to these pipes, my internal engineering 90-degree everything mindset gets in trouble. I don't think my feng shui will ever recover from this, even after closing all these walls. Anyway, I consider this project a success and moved over to the water supply distribution center. From this overview, you can see that our water source is in the back of the bus, and I'm bringing long pieces of 3/4 inch PEX tubes to the center of the bus, where the distribution to all appliances will happen. We are using 2 manifolds that are 3/4 inch in and 6 1/2-inch ports out to supply hot and cold water to individual appliances with a manual individual brass valves. All this using this PEX-A tool that is mega expensive for expansion of the pipes. We don't know why it's so expensive, but it is what it is. The final plan is to have one spare outlet for hot and cold water in case we need it in the future. And this is how it happened. Today, building here a pan that is gonna go under the shower pan. It's gonna go on top of this, but this space under here, I want to build something that is going to catch any leaks. If they ever happen, they won't go to the floor. They will stay in this pan, and then I can put like a leak sensor or an alarm under here, and then I can be alerted that some of these components are leaking. Even if it's a slow leak, if I have a pan, I'm gonna catch them eventually, and they won't damage the floor, which is plywood. So this is the little plan. I had some things in mind that it should prevent leaks from reaching the floor, and it should hold the leak sensor. So the space that I have in there is kind of those dimensions, and I'm gonna try to cut some aluminum and bend it. The idea is to make this out of one piece, and they are gonna be like 1 inch tall, and then I can just slide this whole thing in there, and then all the components in there will be on top of it. That's the plan. Today is a very exciting day, very exciting moment actually. I'm about to test for the first time this plumbing for the bus, and it's kind of scary, nerve-wracking, but I've been building this for a long time now. I believe this is taking like 2 weeks maybe. There'll be 2 water heaters in the bus, and they're electric initially. I try to make this as clean as possible, but I ran out of patience clearly, and now this is looking like Los Angeles highway as you get there. And this comes all the way from the back. Those are the main lines, and one return line for the recirculating shower, and then it comes behind this wall, and then it comes down here, as you can see, and then it goes into this. There are 2 3-way valves in there. There's a bunch of manual valves in here, so if I have to do maintenance in any of those devices, we will be able to. So this comes off of here, and then it's gonna feed whatever is gonna fit in this side, and then the other side goes to the kitchen area, where I have some labels placed in here because I want to close this shower. So I want to finish building the shower part, put all the walls here, so I can build around this whole structure and hopefully get more stuff done. But to test this whole thing, I don't want to hook up all the everything that I need to, like the pump and the filters and everything else, because that whole thing is going to be all the way in the back behind that wall. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use some water hose from the house actually, and then I'm planning to use these little things, those fittings, to plug in and generate some pressure into the system without the pump, and then be able to circulate the water everywhere and check out the fittings so far. So this thing is very, very interesting, super cool. It's for irrigation, so you shouldn't use those things. When they say outdoor only, usually means that this has lead in the composition of this brass. So it's more than the acceptable levels. So if it says outdoor only, don't use for your food or showering or anything. That's probably not going to be good long term. But for my testing, it's fine. I'm going to just drain the whole thing, throw the water in the yard, in the grass. So those are the things that I'm going to use. This is like a swivel hose to hose adapter, so I can plug this into my PEX 3/4 inch. So it's gonna go here, and then clamp this, and then connect this into this little guy, connect this guy into here, and then I will have control on turning this on and off just for the test that I want to run. The battery here, I'm just using a 24 volt battery from my power tools to be able to open and close those electric valves. They are all 12 to 24 volts. So I think you can see it here. And then there is all the schematics in here. Then I'm gonna bring you around and show you how it goes. Wish me luck. Right, found the first leak. So after a few hours of doing this test, I think we're good. There was only one leak, that first one that I showed you guys, and I think it was my mistake. I pushed in the fitting too much, and I remember it was the first one that I used the expansion tool on this 3/4 inch PEX, and it's kind of like it's kind of harder to work with it than the 1/2 inch. So everything looks fine. We tested all the pipes, all the things coming in and out of this box, and I think we're good to go and seal this up. I did not test this tank drainage because I don't have the pump connected, but it's not leaking on the bottom, which is very important, and it's not leaking on this intake right here, which is the intake for the shower drain. So everything looks fine now. It's really dry, and we're good to go.